Hello, everyone. It is Misha Green, DC editor. I am honored to be interviewing the legendary mathematics of the just amazingly crucial group to the hip hop genre that is Wu-Tang Clan. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me, Misha. Appreciate it.
Really, really, really appreciate your time. So, even before we get into the nitty gritty of why you're here today, and I know there are tons of people wanting to ask you questions. So, if we have some time, we can throw it out to the audience to ask some questions. But before we get into things, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. The world is moving really fast around us. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's this. Yeah, the pandemic is definitely crazy. Changed life as we know it. But we always seem to adapt. We have to. There's no other choice.
For sure, for sure. Well, I guess speaking of adaptation and where we are in the world, sort of, you've seen a major evolution of hip hop. Everybody knows you as the DJ and producer behind some just amazing hits and songs, and a part of the Wu-Tang Clan, obviously. But a lot of people don't know that we would not have the iconic logo of Wu-Tang had it not been for you. And I really love the Hulu show. I actually have a friend who plays Byron on the show. And so, I'm a huge fan of the show, and I love that you all's story is being told in this way. But we get introduced to you and how crucial and you were to and are, excuse me, to the Wu-Tang Clan. Can you tell us just a little bit about, I guess, how key artwork was to your career, and how sort of art has now been a very key piece to the hip hop genre?
Yeah. You know what? It's crazy that like because I started off drawing young. I had older brothers, so I was always trying to chase behind them and do what they did. My brothers, they drew. My mother, she drew too. Um, so I did the drawing thing. And drawing and art, graffiti, basically always been around as far as hip hop goes. It's like one of the fundamental elements of hip hop. Um, you know, whether like you go to a park jam, the jamming in the park, there was always like a piece on the wall or something to that nature. We used to tag up all the time. I mean, Rakim said it like back in '86, like, brother writing my name in graffiti on the wall. So, in junior high school, I got down with my first, art crew back in the day. And, it was a little different back then because it wasn't just like, yo, we're going to be a crew. Nah, it's like, a few brothers formed the crew, you know, and some brothers see your work and it's like, well, let me see what you got, and you start showing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You start showing your work of what you got, and they be like, all right, you want to be down with us? And you like, yeah, I want to be down with the crew. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, we got to see you do this. We got to see you do a little bit more. So you had to be able to draw, tag, write graffiti on the wall, and all that. So, and it's always been an intricate part of hip hop. But I never thought like, because I started once I started DJing, I kind of left the art alone, and I went to school for art. I'm from Southside Queens, so I went to Thomas Edison, which was a technical vocational high school, and I majored in art there, in commercial art actually,
Wow.
because I was like, I don't know, I wasn't sure at that time. I did want to be an artist at one point. I wasn't sure if I was going to do commercial art or if I was, even architecture. I thought about architecture, but there was, to me, it was more creativity within, the commercial art, because it's like you can really express yourself. Even though I didn't go that route, RZA, he knew that I could draw. Brothers knew that I got busy, And when it was presented to me to, like, to actually do the logo, it's like I had no idea that it would be a key component. Even though we had talked about it, like we need something that's going to represent us, something that's going to be, kind of powerful, something out there that's going to be, when they see that, they know we're coming.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy that it turned out to be just that. You know what I mean? And it's like, I never thought it would be as big as it is today. I would be lying if I said I did.
It's the bad signal. I mean, it truly it's what how people identify your entire Wu-Tang's entire brand. I mean, it's a unifying factor. I've seen people see the logo on somebody's shirt and start a conversation. It's amazing. It truly is. To know that you've played such an important part, again, not only in Wu-Tang's development, but in the development of hip hop. How does that feel? I know that's a
You know,
question.
yeah, no, it's all good because it's like it's still surreal. It's like, even like, I was in the airport the other day, like last week or something like that, and just happened. We just finished doing a show. I just did a show with Red and Meth, and we was in the airport, and just somebody was just walking. As a matter of fact, we was walking, and somebody was over at the counter, and they turned around, and they had on a W shirt, Wu-Tang shirt, and I was like, wow, So I see that from time to time. It always catches my eye. Just like Raekwon told the story one time, like he was somewhere, and the guy had a big W on his face, his whole face. He had the W tattooed on his face. And he said the dude walked right past him, like he didn't recognize Ray. And that's kind of crazy, because when he told me that, it was like, wow, it's like he recognized the W enough to put on his face,
Yeah.
but and not recognize Raekwon, who, and I think every part is an important part, because we're all components and we come together for one common cause. So it's like, even without the W, Wu Tang would still exist, and even with the W, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I might be messing it up, but
You're
but it's just like, it's, yeah, I mean, it's just all the components that come together to make things work right, and it seemed like everything just fit, and everything was supposed to be that way, I guess, because it's still living it out to this day.
for sure, for sure. And I love that you bring up the fact that you all collaborate and work as a team to create the iconic and legendary nature that we now know as Wu-Tang. Can you tell us what it feels like now seeing you all's story play out on, on Hulu?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna say that much, because I'm gonna say it again. I never would have thought, but just to have that platform where people can see, like a version of our story brought to life every week. It's, yeah, it's incredible. It's amazing. I mean, it's a good feeling. It's really a good feeling, because, especially from where we come from, and me, I'm the type of person, like, maybe when I was younger, I might have been a little bit, lot more vocal, but as I grew and developed, and being around so many brothers that have strong voices too. We don't all have to speak, and I learned that. So you let this one speak, you let that one speak, and me, I like the background personally. So to me, like I was telling one of my kids, I was like, yo, for me, this is kind of perfect, because it's like I get people get to see my story and know who I am, but my face ain't all over. It's somebody else. You know what I mean? Because I like my privacy. I like to be able to, you know, to go out and do certain things. And then I look at an individual like Meth, like I remember, like, one point, like, what I mean, like, we used to be on the road. I didn't really like to really go out with him sometimes because of the attention. It's
Yeah.
like, you trying to make moves, you trying to do things, and everybody come and stop you, and it's like, ah, come on, But you have to give it up for the fans, because if it wasn't for the fans, and you have to appreciate that too, you definitely do. So
Wait, so you're telling me people not just throwing up W's as you're walking in the grocery store? That's not
nah, nah, that's not happening. That's not happening.
no. No, and I completely understand wanting and appreciating your privacy. I mean, I can't imagine sort of traveling and not being able to have your own personal space and have your own moments. But you're still touring. You're still on the road. What is that like? Having been able to for decades really be a
Yeah.
part of this journey.
Yeah, actually, this is like, in all reality, this is like my third decade of touring,
Wow.
because I originally started with Jizza when he was on Cold Chillin', and I went on my first tour with him in like 90 or 91, the Cold Chillin' tour. I think it was the Cold Blizzard Chillin' tour, might have been 91. It was either 90 or 91. But even if it was 91, it's 21 now.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Years.
yeah, and we've been steady, really. Like, I mean, like, since like really the beginning, we've been on the road. I think it, like, maybe during the recession around like 2008 or 2009, it might have slowed down a little bit. Then it picked right back up. Um, and with the pandemic, to me, that, it was a gift and a curse at the same time, because it was a curse because of what was going on, and people lost, I lost family members, people lost family members, close friends, and relatives, whether close or distant. I mean, we lost a lot of people in that time. But within that time, I got a chance to really sit home and be home for a second, and kind of enjoy being home. So when I got the call to go back out on the road, it's like, I don't think I was ready. It's like, I was just enjoying being home, actually.
I think that's where everybody is right about now. It's like, oh, we got to go back to work. What? We have to be building with other people.
Yeah, right.
But I'm sure you're enjoying. I mean, I can only imagine seeing people out and about after such a really trying time,
Oh,
nationwide. I mean, internationally has been also rewarding to kind of see how people are back out. What's that like, seeing people masked up at your concerts?
oh, yeah, it's definitely different. But going back out, even though, like I said, I was enjoying home, it felt good to be back out. It felt good to be up on stage again. It felt good to see people again. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's definitely different with a lot of the different protocols. Um, and and for me, like even though, like I said, I'm private or whatever, but at the same time, it's like, I don't mind. Like, I love, because music is my life. I've been doing it forever. Pretty much my whole life, over 75% of my life, some shape, fashion, or form, I've been doing music. And I love talking music. I love, like, I love building. That's what I love to do, and I like to build with people. You know what I mean? Because I mean, that's our experience. That's how we learn. We learn by building with each other and giving things off. So, it's good to be back out. It definitely is. And being home was good too, because I definitely got a chance to work on some projects and do certain things that home projects I need to do, music projects that I need to do as well. So,
So I was gonna ask, because it looks like you're in the studio right now. Are you in the studio right now, working and laying some stuff down for the world to see and hear?
yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, this is my home studio. So I'm in my home studio, and
Nice.
yeah. So I got a chance to, be locked down here for a little bit. And yeah, I'm tightening up. Like, I just really I could say it's complete now. Just really completed an album. I
Yeah,
completed a few albums, but this one I really like really touched up. Really, you know, it's going to be crazy. I actually just shot some I shot a few videos for it too already, and I also
nice.
shot a short film for it as well. So and I wrote the I was home, so I wrote the short film for it. You know what I mean? I wrote the script, and that's something I've been wanting to do as well. And even with the saga, like when the saga started, we go like finally starting again because we know season one and season two was a gap because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
When they start shooting again, like I worked on the show, so I worked on the
yeah,
show as a consultant, and I was there. Technical things as far as music, making sure everything was right musically, and got to work with a few good brothers like Rich Nice, who's a walking hip hop historian, Tech from Sway and Tech King Tech, RZA, of course, my brother.
yeah.
So yeah, and then with the actors and being on the set, I learned a lot. I absorbed a lot from it, and just wanted to show a little something that I learned. You know.
That is amazing. I cannot even imagine what you've been able to soak up, but to know that you use this time so productively and got music videos and a whole short film and also been creating is just it's truly inspiring. Okay, I have tons of questions and I know our time is limited. I got to get this out though. How was it
Okay.
recreating some of the artwork and working as a consultant and
Uh-huh.
working on the music? So this is stuff you've already done, right? And so
Right.
recreate
Right.
in this sense, how is that and adding your input in this way uh, during this time? How was that?
That was actually cool because I haven't drawn in a long time. So when I got the call that they wanted me to, they wanted to look at my book but I'm kind of, I keep that under wraps, but they wanted me to recreate as well, which was no problem. So I sat there, I recreated like some of my original sketches, and it was good because I started liking to draw again. So I'm actually, and I had time because, like I said, we was in a pandemic, and that's one thing. It's like, I mean, the beginning of the pandemic, I think a lot of people might start exercising and fell off, or started drinking, smoking, overeating, and so you have to learn to use your time productively because you
Yeah.
you got to know, like, this is a moment in time and it's going to pass, and we as people, we're kinetic energy.
Mm.
Like kinetic, we're always in action, we're always working. Even when we're doing nothing, the body is working. But what are you actually doing? Because that's subliminal. That like subliminally, like it's going to do that regardless. But now you, as the controller of your vehicle, what are you doing to whether to be productive or whether to educate yourself, or you have to do something kinetic. You can't just be potential energy because it goes nowhere. So you always have to keep it kinetic, keep it moving.
Y'all, this is why I knew we had to have mathematics on because the gems that he's dropping right now, whoo, I'm getting so inspired.
That's
Any
crazy.
advice for DJs, producers, aspiring scriptwriters, and filmmakers who just need that push? What's your advice for them?
My advice for them is keep at it, don't stop. Um, I don't care how old you are because if I wasn't doing this professionally, I'll still be doing this just because for the love. And a lot of people have love for it. That's like telling a person who can sing because it seems like it's only hip hop. When somebody like, oh, you're 40 years old, stop rhyming. Why are you still rapping? Why are you still going? You can't tell a singer that. A
Yeah,
singer still, they got the voice. They're gonna sing, whether they sing on the corner, the subway, church, or whatever, or in the shower. That's what they're gonna do. So keep doing it. Don't stop. Never let nobody deter you because everybody can't see your vision. But you know your vision. As long as you stick to it and you apply yourself and be that kinetic energy, you'll get some. You'll definitely get something done. I don't know how far you're going to get. That all depends on you, and your work ethic, or your frame of thought. But always take it serious, 100%, because when people look at your work, they look at you.
Mm,
And if you half-assing, people will see it.
yeah, for sure. I'm so inspired. I'm so grateful that you took the time to be with us today. I know that you said that there's some videos and the short film
Yep.
and some projects in the works. Can you tell us how we can keep in touch and be looking out for all of these amazing things?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and it's all the same handle. Is Mathematics Woo. So you plug in Mathematics Woo, you got me. Uh, uh um oh my goodness. Damn. I have a website. As a matter of fact, it's not up. It's under construction right now, but it'll be up soon. And I think that's mathematicswoo.com. I'll let you know 100% though. I'll definitely, But yeah, but for the meantime, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Mathematics Woo.
Perfect. And y'all know, as we always do, we'll throw mathematics info in the comment section so that you can just click on it and be there. We'll link it for you. We so appreciate it. I cannot wait to see your character develop and get an idea from the sort of creative side how you were introduced into the Wu-Tang Clan. We so appreciate your contributions, continuous
Thank you.
contributions. You're a legend, and I just so
Appreciate that.
honored to have you on the show today.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having me, Misha.
Of course. Thank you. Thanks to all those who tuned in as well. We really appreciate you. I see Jewel. I see Kwanga. I see Hanif. We really appreciate you all for being on and tuning in as well. Remember, sharing is caring. This exists as long as Facebook and YouTube exist. So go ahead and share the stream. Take care and be safe out there.
Peace to everybody, man, woman, and child. Peace.